Once upon a time, in a world where bullying was an everyday occurrence, there was a teacher who tried to make a difference by spreading awareness to her students. This is where our story begins.
All right, class. So today we're having a kind of a special class. We're going to discuss bullying. I know it's a really popular thing that happens at the school. 50% of students get bullied every day. So we're going to start by defining it. So bullying is generally defined as repeated intentional acts of aggression directed toward a student or someone who has less status or power. Does anyone have a story of bullying that they feel comfortable to share?
Wait, do you remember last week in Miss Dennison's class?
What happened? I don't remember.
Remember when she called on you but then didn't call on you and then told you you didn't know the answer?
Does that count?
I think so.
Oh man.
All right. So today we're talking about amendments. Who knows the First Amendment?
Freedom of speech.
Correct. Anyone know the second part of the First Amendment?
Freedom of the press.
We raise our hands in this class. Anyone? Yes, Sally?
So I was talking with my neighbor, and we were discussing how Miss Dennison I think, bullied me a little bit in our class last week. And I don't know, that made me feel very scared almost to really reach out in that class to answer questions. And I was very disengaged and didn't really feel like she valued my answers in that class.
So yes, that is a form of bullying, Sally. It's an unfortunate occurrence when it happens because teachers should not bully students. They should make it a positive learning environment. It's really difficult on teachers whenever there is bullying going around, and it's unfortunate that a teacher is bullying you. Another more common occurrence is peer bullying, which is just your friends bullying you, and that's not okay. And it's really difficult for you as a student to learn here because it's not a positive learning environment. But it's also really difficult for the teachers because we can't teach you whenever you're disengaged because you're not happy to be at school because you're bullied and you don't want to be here and you don't want to come anymore, and so you don't have a reason to want to learn. So can y'all think of any ways to combat this and to stop bullying or to prevent it? Yes, Jane.
Well, I think we can become aware of the issue, and if we see a friend who is being bullied and we can tell they're disengaged and not working on their schoolwork or not understanding because they're not paying attention, we can help them out, give them our notes, and encourage them to work hard, even though the teacher might be demeaning towards them.
Sally?
I agree with Jane said because she really helped me through the situation last week with Miss Dennison. And yeah, she makes some really good points.
Hey Mom, I'm home from school.
Hey Jane, what'd you learn today?
Well, it was kind of a different day. We talked all about bullying because my friend Sally, Sally, she talked about how there was one of her teachers was bullying her, and I had seen it, and so we were just kind of discussing that in class. What are your thoughts about bullying?
I think bullying is wrong, and I'm very proud that they're teaching you that in school.
We also talked about ways of how to combat it, and gave her my notes and just was kind of encouraging her to not let the teacher get to her. Have you ever experienced bullying, Mom?
Actually, yes. Growing up, I experienced bullying a lot, but even at my job still, I experience bullying. There's one coworker that she tries really hard not to schedule. This one coworker nearly as much as she should, and it's really unfortunate because we both need money, and so she just doesn't like her, so she doesn't schedule her as much, and because she's the manager, she can do that. So I've called them out on that a bunch of times too, and luckily that's helped and it's fixed it, and I've gone to someone higher than her, and that's how I fix my problem.
That's good. Yeah, we also talked about like going to teachers and parents about it too. So.
All right, class, so what is 2 plus 2?
3.
Sally,
6.
good try, but that's incorrect. Anyone else? Jane. 4? Good job.
All right, on to the next one. What is 2 plus 8? Can anyone tell me?
Jane? 30? No, good try, but that's incorrect. Anyone else? Sally?
28.
Ooh, close, but not very close. Anybody else? That class was so hard.
I know. I feel like I got literally every question wrong.
Don't worry
Oh
about
my
it.
gosh,
No big
you
deal.
literally, I can't believe you even tried to answer those questions. Like, didn't you know you were so wrong? You never know anything.
Hey, that's not very nice. She knows a lot of stuff.
Clearly she doesn't, because she just got every single question wrong in that class.
Those were pretty hard questions, and you can't get everything right.
Plus, I didn't
Even
see you answering them.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do not know how the story ends, but we can hope that what these students learned, they will continue to put into practice. So that one day, bullying will no longer plague schools and workplaces, and that everyone can live in peace with each other, so that we can all live happily ever after.